Welcome to our channel. Stay tuned to our channel for sports and entertainment news all the time. Please subscribe the channel. Byron Scott on whether Stephen Curry changed the game for the worse. You have to take the rest of it, what he's been able to do. In the most recent episode of his podcast, Byron Scott talked about how Stephen Curry revolutionized basketball, and why those who tried to pattern their style of play after him didn't do it successfully. As a result, Scott feels the Golden State Warriors superstar, in some way, has changed the game for the worse. It has changed because of what he was able to do as far as shoot the ball. But if you look at Steph Curry playing basketball, you never see him just stand around. He's constantly moving. So when he gets off the ball, he's even harder to guard because he's running off screens, he's setting screens, and then flaring off them. He's doing all this movement afterwards. So if you're watching Steph Curry and saying that he's the guy you want to emulate him on both ends as far as when he has the ball. And when he doesn't have the ball, Scott explained. The danger of copying the three-point ball. Curry, the NBA's all-time leader in three-point shots made, is often mentioned on the list of players who have changed the game and moved it forward. Most of the time, the four-time champion is praised for his ability to shoot the ball, but as the Los Angeles Lakers icon said, his movement off the ball is as important as his shooting skills. Think of some of the best three-point shooters in the league today. Guys like Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson, etc. While some of them know how to move off the ball, they don't do it as often as Curry does, and that's what makes the latter's game so unique. For Scott, one can only truly say that they copied Curry's game if they adopted his complete style of play, including his effort on the defensive end. You can emulate him on the defensive end because a lot of people say he's not a very good defender, but I'll tell you what he tries. He plays hard every single night. I'm going to say what he's been able to do as far as revolutionize the game as far as the three-point line, then that's great, but you have to take the rest of it, what he's been able to do, Scott added. Who will change the game next? As someone who has been around the NBA for more than 4 decades, Scott believes that the three-point revolution happening in the modern era will eventually change, just like how the league evolved before. We saw it with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird when they came in. And then Michael Jordan took it to a different level. Then there were the likes of Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and now Curry, who have all left their unique footprint in the association. Scott predicts that the NBA will eventually return to valuing mid-range shots and getting to the basket and free throw line. It only takes one generational player to turn this around, and in Byron's view, Victor Wembanyama might be that guy. B. Scott believes that as he ages and builds enough physical strength, the San Antonio Spurs big man's post moves will develop, which the entire league will have to adjust to. And just like how a generation mimicked Curry's game, or at least part of it, the same will be said about the French native.